Well, it seems incredible that we've got some sunshine at long last. We're back at Tunbridge, and I say incredible really because, of course, we've been here at the start of the season, which we're not used to. The Battle of Britain really used to be one of the season openers for me, and it seems now that I'm going to see a much better race meeting this afternoon because they have got a few meetings under their belt. There have been lots of changes, as we always see in this sport. New outfits for riders, we've got new bikes for solo boys, and I think they've tried really hard here as a club to try something different this afternoon with the Battle of Britain. We've got the quads back, who looked absolutely spectacular at the rerun earlier in the year, and of course we've got the 500 sidecars, I shouldn't forget them. They're rehearsing really for their big semi-finals coming up for their World Championships, and with the 1000cc sidecars, what an entry. You know, it's going to be so tough to choose who it is that goes through, and what I'm hearing from the riders in the pits this morning is that you've got to win every single race. And I will add to that what the Secretary's done is he's actually changed the way they're earning their rewards this afternoon. They're actually going to be paid on points money, not for where they finish in the final. So it really is important that riders that are in, say, a third or a fourth place should try and improve that place and just earn more points. I won't use the old cliche of points make prizes, but basically that's the best way they're going to recover their money. So it looks to be a fantastic race meeting. The solos I haven't mentioned, under 23s, what a lot of prospects we've got there. It promises to be a fantastic race meeting, and if the weather holds, I think we're going to see some superb racing. Well, it's always fascinating at the start of the season that we see so many different riders in all the classes. The 1000cc sidecars this afternoon, I've already mentioned, are going to be a real tough competition, but I've got to say, fantastic to see a return of the sport. Richard Thomas, good to be back.
Yeah, pleased with the results down at Weybridge the other day in Cornwall. Hopefully we can repeat that this afternoon.
So I've got to ask really, I mean, is it new equipment this year, or have you kept stuff from before and brought it back?
We kept the motors, carburetors and wheels. Mick Steers sorted us out with a new frame, I think, which is basically the same as Dave's and Rob Wilson's, so we're in good company.
You're absolutely in good company and good competition it's seen already. But I'll bring you in a moment because I've got to ask you, did you miss it last year?
I didn't travel away a lot, so I didn't miss it. But the one I did, we come early season and I was itching to get on then. So.
Itching to get back, and as you say, a great result down in Cornwall. Let's see what you can do today.
Yeah, we'll have a go, see what we can do.
Great stuff. Cheers.
Thanks, Jim.
Well, Wayne, I know you've ridden this track many times. It's always tough competition, very even with the 500 sidecars, but looking forward to another good day's racing.
Yeah, hopefully I had a good time last time, so just go out and try and do the same again, really.
And I think the obvious question I've got to ask you guys is, does it really make much difference with allowing the CC to go up to 750?
The only advantage is up the straights, but we'll just wait and see. I've just spent a lot of money on my engine, so she should keep up, I hope.
Well, let's hope as well, but I know, as I say, this isn't the first time you've been here. You've ridden it many times. It is a good track for them, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, the track looks good out of the day. I had a little walk around this morning and it looks good, so hopefully it'll be alright.
Well, let's hope so. All the very best of luck, mate. See you later. Cheers.
Bye.
Well, I've already mentioned a couple of times that we see at the start of the season changes going on, different people having different bikes and everything. Rob, quite a big dramatic change for you going to a different engine.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we got some help from Bortec Engineering, and he was into the Suzuki, and yeah, we want to try it, and that's what we're doing. This will be our third ride today, and we're slowly getting the hang of it and sorting some of the bugs out with it, really, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm pleased to hear that, because I must admit that when I first saw it, I thought, oh no, has Rob made a mistake here? But it takes time to develop things, doesn't it?
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, the bike is definitely quick enough, the engine's quick enough. It's probably more to do with the gearing. We're still running it on petrol at the minute, where everybody else runs on methanol, so we're probably struggling a little bit there, but I'm sure we'll sort it out. But the only way we can really test our sort of grass track bikes is through, track days, if you like, and that, unfortunately, has to be at a meeting,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, might be a few more meetings yet, but I'm sure you're going to be back there, aren't you?
I hope not, but you're probably right.
Thanks, Rob.
Cheers.
Well, I really had to have a quick word with these guys, didn't I, Matt? You've had such a good ride down here that everybody will remember in the Super Cup. Change of outfits today, though, isn't it? We're going back to traditional grass.
Yeah, and I think it's a good decision, really. It gives people a chance who haven't got speedway bikes to race against on a level playing field. So I'm all for it, and I don't know if I'll be saying that later on, but at the minute I reckon it's going to be really good.
Yeah, I do. And I think the one thing I noticed when the programme came through the post in the week is it's a massive entry, isn't it?
It's a huge entry. It's going back to like Wimborne Sidecar Spectacular days, where you can't afford to not win your heat. So every heat's going to be like a final today. So I think that no contact rule might go out the window a bit later on.
And I'll bring you in quickly, Andy, because you're enjoying the way the season's panning out so far?
Yeah, it was a bit slow to start off. We had a few teething problems, but I mean, we did a club meeting last week, to get it all sorted out, and it's going well so far. So hopefully we can carry it on today and see how it goes,
Absolutely. Well, best of luck today, guys.
Thanks
all the
very
best.
much.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Well, as I've mentioned a couple of times already, we've got such strong competition in the sidecars this afternoon. It's a big entry. Gary Jackson, a change of passenger for you today.
Yeah, I got one of my old passengers on, Kevin Williams, my regular passenger, Carl. He had an injury at work and his elbow's swollen up, and it's his left arm as well, which is his main one for hanging on. So he just couldn't do it today. I'm just hoping he's going to be fit for next week, but it's looking good. So we've got Kevin on today, so it's turning the clock back a little bit.
Well, it certainly is, but I mean, I can't really say that you don't know this track. I mean, you've ridden here many times. Do you think that the change they've made of putting everybody back to grass bikes and doing away with the speedway outfits is going to make a difference?
Probably not. You'll probably find it'll be the same people in the final as it would have been on speedway bikes, so it might not change it, but we'll just have to see if the format works out. I mean, it's interesting and something different.
And I was being told by the secretary that he's trying to get a lot closer racing during the heats, that everybody's being paid on points scored during the day, aren't they? So it's effort all the way through this afternoon.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, money's important because we're all putting a lot of money in, and we need to get something back. And the lower places, you've got to fight for them if it means money. So yeah, I mean, it's all to go for. With the format, with 6 heats and only 3 rides, it means that you've got to win really to make the final. You need at least 3 wins or 2 wins and a second, and even then you're not guaranteed. It's real tough today.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, that's what I really want to try to emphasise, talking to as many riders as I can. It's a tough challenge, isn't it? It's going to be fighting all the way through.
Yeah, it is, yeah, so got to make some good starts.
Well, best of luck, Gary.
Thank you.
Cheers. Well, I know at the start of the season I always say there's lots of changes going on, different frames, different engines, people trying different things, but Paul Johnson, a change of passenger for you.
Yeah. What can I say?
Yeah. Well, a very experienced passenger at that.
Yeah, super.
And looking forward to obviously having a good day.
Yeah, brilliant. Not enough meetings for us this year, but hopefully this is one for every week now, so this is really the start of our season today. So,
and I mean, I've got to say that obviously, with such a competitive lineup, there is a big entry in the sidecars. You all know this track well. The racing's going to be tight, isn't it?
Yeah. You've got to win every race.
That goes without saying. Yeah. Tony, you've ridden this circuit many times. Looking forward to it?
Yeah, real good. I suppose we're taking a year out. Everybody said a few rumours me and Ivor fell out, but that's a load of bull. Me and Ivor are still best of mates, and I will return with Ivor next year. I'm supposed to be taking a year out because of the work I'm doing. But I said if there's weekends I can help somebody out, I'll help somebody out. And John was straight on the phone and asked me to do this in the Super Cup. I'm going to do it, and the lad's got the potential. Let's see what we can do today.
Excellent. Well, best of luck, guys.
Super. Thanks, Jim.
Cheers, Bob.
Well, I think amongst many of the changes they've made with the lineup this afternoon, they've tried a few interesting ideas that I've mentioned already about the point scoring and riders getting paid on points, etc. But for the 500 solos, it's under 23s. And Martin, when I look at that lineup, it's a tough one, isn't it?
Yeah, there will be some good bit of racing and a bit of competition, but I hope I'll do well today. So.
Well, I think, if my memory serves me correctly, you've had some good meetings down here, haven't you?
Yeah, I think at the Sidecar Super Cup and come 3rd in the final, so I was pleased with that. So, but hopefully I'll do well today.
Well, absolutely. I mean, we always expect good racing from Tunbridge. I mean, the track looks in excellent condition, but I think, to be honest with you, it's going to be a tough competition.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, just hope I'll get in the final and I'll just go for it.
That's the name of the game. Yeah. Thanks a lot, Martin. Best of luck. Cheers. Well, I think I mentioned it a couple of times that it's an interesting competition going under 23, but there really is some talent, Lewis, and it's going to be a tough competition.
Oh, definitely. Everyone's competition here. I mean, we're all the same. I think we're at the same capability anyway. Yeah, it should be a good meeting.
Well, it certainly should be good. I mean, I know you've ridden this track a couple of times now. I suppose I shouldn't really remind you that you found those boards a bit hard last time you were here.
Yeah, that was a bit of an act, so I didn't really want to do that. Bit of a confidence blow, but I got back out, which was probably the best thing to do. If I'd stayed in the pits, I don't think I'd have got back out. So it's all right.
Well, a fantastic circuit, and as I say, really, it's going to be some tough competition, isn't it?
Definitely, everyone. That's like I say, Glenn Phillips and I think Andrew Appleton and everyone's going to be competition.
Well, there certainly is. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, at least we've been lucky with the weather as well. So, a fabulous day's racing. And Lewis, the best of luck, mate.
Thank you very much, Joe.
All the best. Cheers. I think it goes without saying that the competition is going to be tight this afternoon. But Lester, has this 750cc made any difference to you at all?
Yeah, I'm struggling with them actually. Yeah, when I go abroad, I can't quite get the set up for the 750s. We're not actually using a 750; it's a 580, 560, and I'm struggling with the setup at the moment. I can't quite keep an engine together at the moment. So today I'm going to be using my 500, which I hopefully going to use next week at Stanscanal, which is my semi-final.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite a big season for you British guys, isn't it? Because we've got the final over here this year, haven't we?
Yeah, it's good to have it over here actually. The Germans don't like racing over here, so it might be to our advantage. So, hopefully we've got to get there first. So hopefully next week we can put a good show on and get through the semi. Like, it's an hard semi, but we'll be there trying it.
So hopefully it's all about getting reliability this afternoon in preparation for next week.
That's right, yeah. I'm using today for a set-up for next week. I'm not bothered about winning it. We like to win it, but I'm just trying to get a good set-up for next week and hopefully go there with 110% next week.
Well, fabulous. You'll all be thinking of you next weekend, so the very best of luck, mate.
Thank you very much.
All the best.
Cheers.
Well, I think to complete the interviews this morning, I had to have a word with one of the quad riders. And Adrian, you had such a good meeting down here last time I saw you. Does it suit you guys?
I think this is the most awesome quad track you'll ever see, and I think they should have us here every meeting because what a track. I mean, you can't say nothing good enough about it. It's just tremendous, and I'm sure some of these boys have made a few adjustments to their quads from last time, and I'm sure I'm going to have a lot more harder battles this time. It's not going to be as easy as last time, put it that way.
Well, that's something I wanted to mention really, because getting to know tracks. One of the problems with the sport we run is that you go from one track to another. They're always laid out differently, but what we've noticed with the solo class and with the sidecars, really, they're getting to know Tunbridge now, and the setups are getting much closer. Yeah. And I'm pleased to hear you say that's exactly what's happened with you guys.
Yeah, I know there's several changes been made to some of the other guys' quads, and mine's pretty much as it was. Because it went so well last time, I didn't want to make any adjustments, and perhaps I should have done. We'll find out in a few hours.
Well, absolutely. We'll have a good day. Looks to be good.
Thank you.
All the best. Cheers.
Thanks.
A great meeting that we see run every single year, and we now know that we've got some different classes this afternoon. The under 23 solo, we've got a massive competition of 1000cc sidecars, and let's keep things official because I'm very pleased to welcome here this afternoon for the very first time Councillor De Souza. Councillor, if I could just ask you first of all, is it the first time you've been to an event like this?
Yes, I have, and it's a great pleasure to be here.
Well, I think I've got to ask the obvious thing and say, what do you think of these motorcyclists?
I think they're very brave and I'm sure very entertaining, and just wait and see.
Absolutely. Obviously the start of the day now is full of anticipation. I couldn't even predict to you for all the years that I've been going who's going to do the winning. It really is tight competition in these sort of events, so I hope you have a great afternoon racing. Thank you very much indeed, and have a very successful career. I hope you enjoy what you see this afternoon.
Thank you very much.
Right, I think that I can then say that with a little bit of luck we'll get the riders up to the pit box and we'll be on with the 2004 Battle of Britain. So, the first six of the 500cc sidecars, I think I will continue to call them, the European style sidecars, and Lester Goodwin and Tony Martin, they go to Germany next week for their semi-final. But right on the outside, the rider that done best of all at that rerun of the burn-up, that's Wayne Reed. Goodwin, the last to come into line. He should be in grid 2, we understand. Wayne Yelvin being told that he's got to get over to grid 3. That's what he does. So the first race of the day then for the 2004 Battle of Britain. It's the international class of sidecar, and the tape's about to go. Until the tape to get underway for the first time this afternoon. All sorts of problems as we come off the line for Tony Stark. He's managed to pick the bike up brilliantly, but obviously not happy with what happened on that start line. Puts his hand in the air, but the rest of the crews carry on down the back straight. And Tony Stark looks very, very disappointed with that. The rest of the crews come round that first bend, and I can see that the clerk of the course has got a red flag out, so the race is being stopped. So all 6 now back in line and ready for the restart. 1 or 2 of them covered in following somebody around that first bend. Again, they get underway this time as they go into that first turn. Very much like Willis got himself in the front. I'll confirm that for you as they go down the back straight. It's actually Mel Goodwin and Tony Goodwin. Oh, a good start to the afternoon for Malcolm and Anthony Goodwin. Second place, Clive Willis and Richard Webb. Lester Goodwin up there in 3rd spot, pushing hard on Clive Willis as they go into that top bend. But Malcolm Goodwin certainly starting to open things up as he flies down that back straight. Holds a very, very tight line on that bottom turn. Wayne Reid at the moment, who we were perhaps expecting things from, but the 5th position, because the gaps really have opened up with these crews as Malcolm Goodwin streams down that back straight once again. And as we see the last lap flag go, it is Malcolm Goodwin. Still there in 2nd place. They're not too pushed at all. I spoke to Lester Goodwin this morning. He said he was having problems with the bigger engines, so he's reverted back to his 500 call this afternoon. He's back in 3rd place at the moment. So the checkered flag will go for the first race of the day in the 2004 Battle of Britain. A win for number 7, Malcolm Goodwin and Tony Goodwin. 500cc sidecar race chart. We start from the top there. Race number 1, outfit number 1, Clive Willis and Richard Webb score 4 points. Outfit number 3, Lester Goodwin and Tony Martin, 3 points. Number 5, Wayne Yeldman and Kevin Ashley, 0. Number 7, Malcolm Goodwin and Anthony Goodwin. An excellent start today, a win for them, maximum 5 points. Number 23, Tony Stark and Pete Bell, 2 points. Number 56, Wayne Reid and Clive Preston, 1 point. The winning time was 1:37.47, 53.18 the average speed, 53.18. Right-hand side cars, we start with race 2 in your programme. On page 18 you'll find race 2. And we see John Halsey and Jason Glenie in action for the very first time this afternoon. Data brings them to the line. Walks away, up go the tapes, we get them underway. They've made a good start on the inside. Oh, looking to see them change as they go around that first turn. I'm wondering, is that Gary Jackson going around the outside? Oh, he's got very close to him, and indeed he moves down the back straight and takes over the lead as they get into this first turn. John Halsey and Jason Denny sitting on the back wheel of Gary Jackson. There's a change of passenger for Gary this afternoon. Williams rides in the chair for him, who of course rode for so many years with Gary Jackson. Carl Pugh, we understand, has had a problem at work and damaged his arm. He's hoping he'll be fit for next weekend. But a good scrap going on between these two. Gary Jackson not getting it all his own way at the moment as John Halsey pushes hard. It seemed to be the top bend that he had the advantage. He gets close coming up this finishing straight. He's much wider this time. He's got Rob Bradley on the inside now. This is where we watch with interest with this sidecar racing, because if John Halsey leaves any gaps, then Rob Bradley will certainly snatch it. James Rogers trying to stay close to those front 3 as well. He sits back in 4th place at the moment. And as we see the last lap flag being prepared, it is Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams that seem to have the better of it. John Halsey's not giving up though. John looks for a way through on the inside and finds it. John Halsey and Jason Glenie get to the front. Rob Bradley tries to follow him as well. There was certainly a gap being left there by Gary Jackson. But whilst John Halsey and Jason Glenie have got through, Rob Bradley has to be content with that 3rd place, but he's being pushed hard himself. As you can see, James Rogers trying to move around the outside.
Well, he's taken a wide turn. Remember, this is the last turn. It's the checkered flag as they come to the line, and Gary Jackson has just nicked it. Gary Jackson just gets it on the line. A terrific last bend. John Halsey and Joseph Glenie in second. Rob Bradley in third. Let's give you the results from the top for the 2004 Battle of Britain 1000cc sidecar. We start with outfit number 4, James Rogers and Damien James, 2 points scored. A little bit further down, number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glenie, a very close finish, but second place and 4 points. Number 23, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams, a good start to them. They start with maximum 5 points in a race victory. Number 57, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield, 1 point. Number 87, that's Rob Bradley and Jason Gill, 3 points. And number 118, Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney, no score. The winning time was 139.57, 139.57, an average speed of 52.06. 2, race 3 in your programme. There we see out for the first time, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace, who had a terrific win down in Cornwall last weekend. It was an excellent first meeting down there in Cornwall and a great return to racing for Richard Thomas and Kevin Williams. They go in this one. Kevin Williams? Kevin Woodley, I should say. Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley, outfit number 60. They line up in grid 3. And straight away we can see that there's obviously a problem with Mick Day and Tom Morbury. Their place being taken by number 81, John Stafford and Paddy Monk. Now, Matt Fumarola goes in this one. He's on the outside gate. Remember he had that Super Cup win down here last year. Well, they get underway. Very close starters. Matt Fumarola has made the best of it. He gets across, but Richard Thomas is on the inside of him. Ivor Matthews has gone the long way around the outside. You can see they were punching on that first turn. So he's taken the wide line as he goes down the outside. He gets himself up in a second. At the moment, though, the lead with Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley as they go into this bottom turn for the first turn. Ivor Matthews has got a much tighter turn, and Ivor fights his way through and gets to the front. Oh, Rob Wilson looks to be going much better now on that new Suzuki outfit, and he's in third place, but Matt Fumarola wants that back again, and he attacks him round that pit bend and down the back straight. Richard Thomas trying to stay close to Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace as they stay tight. They've gone wide again though. Richard Thomas has seen it. They've seen a gap on the inside and Richard Thomas goes through. The track conditions certainly causing these drivers a lot of problems at the moment. There's gaps being left all over the place. I can only assume that they're losing drive in the middle of the bend. It's drifting the outfit out. So all the pressure put on the leaders because they've got to make the line. You see exactly the same things happen. Richard Thomas has gone wide this time and Ivor Matthews has come through. Rob Wilson and Ian Whale in there in third place. They can see what's happening in front of them as well. It is when they get to the middle of that bottom turn that they're either losing drive or they're being forced to just go out wide. You can see Ivor Matthews trying desperately to hold it tight as he goes into that bottom turn. Well, he has got a much tighter line this time and he sees the checkered flag. Oh, Richard Thomas has to be content with second, but Rob Wilson was getting closer and closer to him. See the result for race 3. If we start from the top of your grid for outfit number 5, it was 2 points. Outfit number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace, they get the win, they get maximum 5 points. Number 24, Rob Wilson and Ian Whale, 3 points. Number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley, 4 points. No score obviously for outfit number 90 that should have been in that race. 1-2-1, Steve Smith and Dave Williams, 0. And right down the bottom of the page, the reserve number 81, John Stafford and Paddy Monk, 1 point. The winning time was 1:34.09, so that's the fastest so far, 1:34.09, 55.09 they averaged. As we now see the race 4 coming to the line. Paul Johnson, passengered by Tony Miles. Yes, it is Boomtown, he's back. He was going to take a year out due to his work commitments. So Ivor Matthews has teamed up with Mick Stace. But Tony did say to me this morning, he laid the offer that if he could make any weekends, if he could help anybody, then he would come back and help. Paul Johnson knew it. He was without a passenger for today, made the phone call, and yes, they've got together. The amusing comment that Tony made to us this morning when I was talking to him about it is he said, well, he's a driver that's got potential. Do you remember the article that was in Speedway Star a few weeks ago? There's one or two other people saying this guy has got potential. He goes for the first time this afternoon, off of grid 1. He's got next to him Dave Steer and Simon Beaney. Great to see Tony Penfold and Tony Heath having a go. Number 62, Mick Tyrrell and Tony Baseby. 92 is Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones. Dave Steer's made a good start. Paul Johnson has been locked in on that first turn as the rest of them break going in front of him. I can see I've got somebody going right the way around the outside. I'm trying to pick up who that is. I think it's Indy Amos, but I'll check for you as they come round. I can see Mick Tyrrell is back in third place. Dave Steers all over the place in that bottom turn. It is Indy Amos, but the lead at the moment is with Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones. So Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones made the best of that first turn, and they kept themselves out in front, being pursued by Ian Lee Amos and Paul Phillips as they go down the back straight. Dave Steers won that battle for third place and chases after them. And as we look to that bottom turn, it is Paul Whitelam that's going best. Ian Lee Amos had to lock it all up going into that pit bend. What he was trying to do is get a quicker drive coming out of the bend. Dave Steers done exactly that. You can see he catches coming out of the bend because he's picking up the drive a lot quicker. And again, we know we've seen changes on this bottom turn. Dave Steers come in very, very tight. If Ian receives the gap, he hasn't. He's forced Dave Steer to go wide. Well, I think that the battle that Ian's having to concentrate on, because Dave Steer's putting him under pressure, is allowing Paul Whitelam to get away a little bit. And just as I say that, you can see he catches him going down that back straight. Well, again, he's forced Dave Steer to go wide. Dave now will cut back underneath, or indeed stay now wide as the checkered flag goes. That's a good start to the day for Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones. We start from the top once again. Number 7, Paul Johnson and Tony Miles, 1 point. Number 17, Dave Steer and Simon Beaney, 3 points. Number 25, Tony Penfold and Tony Heath, no score. Number 62, Mick Tyrrell and Tony Baseby, 2 points. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones, maximum 5 points for that heat win. And number 183, Ian Lee Amos and Paul Phillips, 4 points. The winning time, yes, it is getting faster and faster. 132.11, 132.11, 56.28 the average speed. 56.28 the average, 132.11. It's going to take a lot of winning, and it really is quite cutthroat. There is only 3 rides apiece. And I think everybody was saying in the pits this morning that really a win, or at the very least a second, anything else is not going to be good enough. So number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera, who had problems in practice. They've rebuilt the outfit, and they now are under power. They're joined by Gary Parmiter, by Rob Winterburn, by Matt Tyrrell, and by Trevor Colvin. Made the best of the start. I think it is Matt Tyrrell that's made the best of the start as he locks it up in the middle of that bend, tries to close the doors, and goes down the back straight. It is Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates that have got the lead as they go into the bottom turn for the first time. Now, will they make the errors everybody else has made? No, they've got a good line coming out of that bottom turn. Rob Winterburn and Tristan Winterburn it is that are sitting there in second place to them. And that was a good bend from Rob Winterburn as he looked to be closing that gap, but this is a good start to the afternoon for the crew of Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates. There's a bit of a battle going on for that second place because Trevor Colvin and Terry Sanders continually putting pressure on Rob and Tristan Winterburn. John Hiscock trying to stay close to them, but loses out going down that back straight. I'm looking to see if there is going to be a change for that second, because again you can see the problem. Rob Winterburn was trying to get the drive on as quickly as he could. He doesn't want to let Matt Tyrrell get away from him, but in doing so he just drifts the outfit wide. Trevor Colvin had noticed it, I'm sure. He'll be looking to try and lock it up tight as he again gets close in the middle of the bend. He'll be looking for a tighter line coming out. It's checkered flag this time. Rob Winterburn hangs on to it, but a great win to start the afternoon off for Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates. Let's give you the points first of all. They are number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera, no score. Number 18, Gary Parmiter and Craig Parmiter, 1 point. Number 48, Rob Winterburn and Tristan Winterburn, second and 4 points. Number 69, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates, a maximum win and maximum 5 points. 99, Trevor Colvin and Terry Saunders, 3 points. 184, John Hiscock and Nick Walters, 2 points. The winning time, as I say, is getting faster and faster. 131.24, 131.24, 56.81 they're averaging. So the only riders that haven't been out so far this afternoon join us for race 6. That's number 9, Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan. Number 21, Simon Wall and Gary Bemister. 51, Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman. 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen. There's no Roger Wynne, so his place will be taken by Ryan Partridge and Gavin Partridge. And 748, Lewis Cook and Rob Hargreaves. Bumping and boring going on as they get into that first turn. It's Miles Simmons that's made the best of it as they get to the front, but Duncan Tolhurst is after him. Duncan head down as he goes down the back straight, finds a gap on the inside. Now will he overshoot this bottom turn? He must have sat in the pits and watched what everybody else was doing. No, he hasn't, he's got it under control. Good corner from Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen. Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan have to chase after him. Simon Wall has gone up in the third. Rick McCauley's trying to battle with him for that third place. But Simon Wall makes the best of it. Tries to stay in contention with the riders in front of him. I did notice that during the practice, Duncan Tolhurst did look very, very quick. And he's improving that as he goes through that bend for the third time. Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan are not out of contention though. They've stayed close to them as they go down that back straight. Simon Wall, as I mentioned, has had that battle with Rick McCauley, but he looks to have got that one. And again, Miles Simmons tries to stay close, following him up the finishing straight. He's going to do it in this match. Duncan Tolhurst hasn't made any errors yet as he comfortably goes down the back straight. Does appear to get the drive on quickly coming out of that pit bend. Drives hard down the back straight. I think that Miles Simmons can just watch him go round as he goes to the line. It's going to be a race victory for Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen. Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan get that second. Let's give you the points first of all because we start from the top. Number 9, Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan, second and 4 points. Number 21, Simon Wall and Gareth Bemister, 3 points. Number 51, Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman, 2 points. Number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen, maximum win and a 5-point score. No score for 111, that was a non-starter. 748, Lewis Cook and Rob Hargreaves, 0. 514, Ryan Partridge and Gavin Partridge, 1 point. The winning time, the fastest of the 5 races, 130.56, 130.56. An average of 57.24. As we now turn the pages back to the front of the programme where we pick up the under 23s out for the first time. They're on page 5 in your programme. This is race 7 where we will see Jannick de Jong, I should say, and Craig Smith, Peter Knowles, Dave Rumsey, and replacement for Glenn Phillips is Shane Colvin. Still riding 42, Russell Smedley, Lewis Denham and Nathan Irwin. And I can tell you that a lot of the riders that belong to the ATU training school are here this afternoon. 11 Paul Cooper, 39 Ben Wells, 71 Jamie Rogers, 81 Lewis Denham, 83 Nathan Irwin, 7 Gilbert Jarrett and Thomas Cooper. Well, they get underway and Nathan Irwin has hip problems coming off the line. I'm not sure whether that was a loss of chain, but it lurched sideways as we pick up the rest of the riders going down that back straight. And disappointment to start the day for Nathan Irwin as he pulls off into the centre green. But let's pick it up for you as they come past me for the first time. It is Lewis Denham has got away. Jannick de Jong, second place to him. What a style that rider's got. The first time over here from Holland. And as he charges down that back straight, he's certainly putting Lewis Denham under pressure. Harley. Well, he gets close as he comes last for the second time. A bit of a gap back to Dave Rumsey in third place. But a great gap between those front two. Lewis Denham from the UK. Jannick de Jong from Holland. And I can see that Lewis Denham, Nathan Irwin I should say, has got himself going again. One more lap to go for Lewis Denham. What can Jannick de Jong do as he goes into that top turn? De Jong trying to get very, very tight. Lewis Denham was forced to go wide coming out of the bend, but he's still got the speed on. Now, one more corner to negotiate. As they come into this bottom turn, they're locked together as they come up towards the checkered flag. It's going to be time for Lewis Denham gets through. Jannick de Jong gets second place. But what a great start of the afternoon for Lewis. Dave Rumsey crossing the line in third. So, race 7 then, the first of the Battle of Britain under 23. We start from the top. It's number 1, Jannick de Jong, 6 points. Number 2, Craig Smith, 2 points. Number 9, Peter Knowles, 3 points. Number 10, Dave Rumsey, 5 points there. Number 42, Shane Colvin, 4 points. Number 51, Russell Smedley, 1 point. Number 81, Lewis Denham, maximum for the win, 7 points. Number 83, Nathan Irwin, 0. The winning time was 122.60, 122.60, 62.76, 62.76. Thomas Cooper coming to this outside gate, gate 8. And right on the inside, he drives on Paul Cooper and Andrew Appleton. Well, Paul Cooper's made a good start. But Andrew Appleton is there inside of him as they go into that first turn. So it is Andrew Appleton that leads from Paul Cooper in second. Oh, terrific start around that first turn as he moves down the back straight and into the pit bend for the first time. Oh, quickly they into the circuit. I can see that we've lost number 12, Tim Nobes, on that first turn. But at the moment it is Andrew Appleton that's setting the pace. He really does look to be on form this afternoon. Well, a terrific line-up that secured new sponsorship for his trips abroad this year. We wish him the best of luck for the season. And with this sort of style, we know that he's going to get over there and get some victories. As he goes into the pit turn, looking very, very comfortable. Oh, Paul Cooper is no slouch, but there's a big gap between him and Andrew Appleton at the moment. Good ride from Thomas Cooper up in third place. He looks to be getting quicker and quicker all the time. But I think at the moment we're just interested to see what sort of time is going to be put up by Andrew Appleton as he takes the checker flag. That looked very, very quick to me. Paul Cooper in second. And a good ride from Thomas Cooper in third. Right, let's give you the result of race 8 then in your programme. We stay with the under 23 Battle of Britain solo. And it's starting from number 4, Andrew Appleton. Maximum for the win, 7 points. Number 5, Matt Etherington, 3 points. Number 11, Paul Cooper, 6 points. Number 12, Tim Nobes, no score. Number 60, Simon Pugh, 2 points. Number 65, Lee Bartlett, 4 points. Number 150, Bevan Gilbert Jarrett, 1 point. Number 153, Thomas Cooper, 5 points. The winning time, incredible, 121.13, 121.13, an average of 63.89. Right, Steve Braidford does join them on the line then. That's the last of the riders to come into line, and we just noticed that Daniel Berwick's down there as well, so the reserve being pulled in. Well, they get underway, and there's all sorts of problems for John Cox. Well, he certainly found more drive than he wanted, but quickly up on his feet. The rest of the riders are way down that back straight. And John very quickly off the circuit, so the race allowed to continue as they come past me for the second time. Steve Braidford it is, so even with all the problems, once he's got going, Jamie Rogers is the rider in second place, has got to try and catch him. I think that might be Martin Sturgeon that's in third place at the moment as they go down that back straight. Confirm that through the binoculars. It is minus 100 problems for Steve Braidford. Oh dear, Steve pulls off again, so he's really been hit with a gremlin. So we've got a real battle going on, and it is Martin Sturgeon that takes over as he goes past me, getting past number 71, Jamie Rogers. And head down on the far side. We have seen him have some good rides here. And he looks to be going well at the moment. Number 15, Martin Sturgeon in your programme. Well, it's good to see that John Cox has got himself up and running, but he doesn't look comfortable with that machinery, does he? Martin Sturgeon must be wondering where he's come from, but I'll go round the outside of him anyway. And round the pit bend he comes. He's going to see a checkered flag this time as he comes towards us. So, Martin Sturgeon gets the win. Jamie Rogers crossing the line for second place. And we lead the rest home. We've got number 39, Ben Wales. So, race 9 in your programme completes the lineup for the under-23 Battle of Britain class, and we start from the top. Number 7, Gareth Hickmott, no score. Number 8, Bradley Kite, 4 points. Number 15, Martin Sturgeon, a terrific win, maximum 7 points. Number 39, Ben Wells, 5 points. Number 71, Jamie Rogers, 6 points. 73, Danny Stanton, 0. 215, Steve Braidford, a very disappointing start to the afternoon, no score. Number 611, John Cox, no score. And number 68, Daniel Berwick, the reserve coming in at the last minute, gets 3 points. So we've got a score for everybody in their first rides. The winning time was 127.19, 127.19, 59.45 the average speed. As we move to race 10, you'll find race 10 on page 7 in your programme. And the two riders that we don't see this time are Tony Stark and Wayne Reed. But they are joined on the line, the other 4 riders that have been out before. Clive Willis, Lester Goodwin, Wayne Yeldman and Mel Goodwin. And Mel in fact had a win first time out. They're joined by Mike Reed, number 57 and Mark Thorpe. 69 is Steve Kensington and James Benfield. They get underway and Malcolm Goodwin on the inside has got himself to the front, has he? He works his way through, he's just got to the front. Lester Goodwin is right there with him. Those two together as they go down the back straight. I think that's Clive Willis that's made the best of it on the inside of Lester Goodwin. It looks to be a bit of a battle developing there. It is Clive Willis on the inside in second place. Number 5, Wayne Yeldman and Kevin Ashley in 4th place. And I think there's a bit of a battle for that second place, and that's allowing Mel Goodwin to get away again. He's already had 1 win this afternoon in the very first race of the day. We've got 3 rides to that Steve Kensington trying to make sure he doesn't lose any ground at all on 4th place, Wayne Yeldman. And I did mention to you earlier about the way they're paying the prize money this afternoon. It is on points scored during the afternoon, so any place is worth getting. Goodwin at the moment, very much in control. Is he going to make it 2 out of 2 as he goes down that back straight? Checkered flag go and Malcolm Goodwin does make it 32. Clive Willis in 3rd. Oh, let's go from the very top then. You should be on page 7. It's race 10 that we've just seen. Number 1, Clive Willis and Richard Webb get 3 points. Number 3, Lester Goodwin and Tony Martin, 4 points. Number 5, Wayne Yeldman and Kevin Ashley, 2 points. Number 7, Malcolm Goodwin and Anthony Goodwin, maximum 5 points. That's 2 wins out of 2 rides. Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe, and no score. Number 57, number 69, Steve Kensington and James Benfield, 1 point. The winning time was 133.91, 1:33.91, so considerably faster than that early race. And number 1 is Adrian Smith from Peterborough. As you can see from the programme, he's on the Banshee Yamaha. And had an interesting conversation with him this morning, because I said, you know, how good is this circuit for quads? And he wasn't shy to tell me that he considers this to be the best circuit that the quad boys have raced on for this sort of long track oval racing. So I asked again, was there any changes did he see in the pits from other riders? And he said, well, yeah. He said, I think they've all realised where I had the advantage last time. He's expecting the competition to be a lot tighter. So I hope you enjoy the quads. If you haven't seen them before, then it is a multi-purpose machine. They do motocross, they do ice racing, they do supermotos. And, I think you'll be impressed with what you see with races as well. They get underway for the first time. They move into that first turn. Adrian Smith has got a line on the inside, but he's being pushed hard as they go around that first turn. And notice how he moves back on the machine, changes gear as he goes up that back straight. But it is Adrian Smith that's got himself to the front. And as you see them come round off that pit bend for the first time, Adrian Smith is under pressure from number 8, Lee Hazelwood, the youngster from Kidderminster, also on the very quick Yamaha Banshee 350. And Lee in hot pursuit. There's all sorts of problems. One of our riders a bit further down the field, almost spinning it in the middle of the bend. Got gently corrected. But Adrian Smith come back with a vengeance. Number 3 has moved through. That's Rob Mahoney. We saw him down here at the rerun of the Battle of Britain. Yeah, a very good ride as well that day. So he'll know his way around the circuit, and he'll know that this Adrian Smith is going to take some catching. Well, he throws it into that pit bend, and it's going to be last lap flag for him this time as he goes by. It's just one more lap to complete. No mistakes yet. Still Lee Hazelwood in there in 3rd place. But a great start for Adrian Smith as he goes down the back straight. Notice how he puts his body weight right on the back wheels. Moves himself up. Slides off the side of the machine. Keeps the drive on those back wheels. It's going to be a checkered flag first time out. Adrian Smith takes it. Lee Mahoney takes 2nd place, and Lee Hazelwood in 3rd spot. This afternoon we start with rider number 1, that's Adrian Smith, and from race 11 he takes maximum 5 points. Number 2, Andy Heatman, no score. Number 3, Rob Mahoney, 4 points. Number 7, Darren Drabble, 1 point. Number 8, Lee Hazelwood, 3 points. Number 9, Paul Jackson, 2 points, and the winning time was 1:33.75. 1:33.75 equates to 55.29. So 55.29 they were averaging. And we now see the rest of the competitors coming to the line for race 12. Number 5, Joe Harmon out for the first time. In fact, I see that Lee Hazelwood has to join them again. Not sure if that works. I think they might have had some of the shading a little bit different there. Let's just pick them up for you as they go into that first turn. And I think that's Adam Grimes has got himself to the front. I'll check that for you. And Adam's in all sorts of problems. He spins it coming out of that turn. So it was Adam Grimes that had the lead, but he spun it coming out of that first turn. The rest carry on though as they go round this pit bend for the first time. Number 6 is Ray Sayers. That indeed I can see there is some problems with the shading in the programme. But Ray Sayers it is that leads as he goes down that back straight. Disappointing start to the afternoon for Adam Grimes. As we watch the others coming round off that top turn, there could be changes. Joe Harmon is the rider that's in 2nd place, trying to put the pressure on that leader Ray Sayers. And he himself is under pressure from Steve Ellis. Well, those 3 again get close as they go into that pit bend. You can see that Joe Harmon has been forced to go wide. Look who's coming through on the inside. Number 5, Joe Harmon it is. Oh, they get very, very tight as they go into that bottom turn, and Joe Harmon looks to try and get some speed up the back straight. He's just got himself the lead as he goes into this top turn. It's going to be checkered flag this time, so it was the right time to do it, and that's a terrific ride from Joe Harmon as he crosses the line in front of the race Sayers who led for so long, and Steve Ellis gets that third place. And let's go from the top again. Number 4, Steve Ellis, he gets 3 points. Number 5, Joe Harmon, maximum 5 points. Number 6, Ray Sayers, 4 points. Number 10, Dominic Durkin, 2 points. Number 11, Adam Grimes I should say. Adam Grimes, unfortunately no score there. And number 12, Sid Hines, 1 point. The winning time, 138.06, 138.06, 52.86 the average speed. Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams, Rob Wilson and Ian Wales, Rob Bradley and Jason Gill. No Mick Day, of course, his place being taken by the reserve. Waiting to see which one that is. In fact, it's 81 John Stafford and Paddy Monk that are coming out in place of number 90 Mick Day. Rob Wilson has made a good start on the inside. It all changes though as they go into that first turn. Matt Fumarola I think has got the lead, and I can confirm that as we go out of that pit bend for the first time. There's problems. I think that's Rob Bradley that's turned into the centre green. He took Rob Wilson with him as well, so Rob's got a lot of work to do to catch up as Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson get away. They're leading Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams. So Matt Fumarola, who scored only 2 points in his first ride, and this is going to make this sidecar competition interesting because we thought that wins and second places had to be the order of the day. But can Matt Fumarola take points off of people like Gary Jackson, who of course had maximum 5 points first time out? Well, this is a good ride from Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson. Gary Jackson can do nothing about it at the moment. There's a big gap then between them and James Rogers, and this really again has been a disappointment for Rob Wilson. Don't know what the problem was for Rob Bradley, but he seemed to stand up on his end in the exit of that first turn. And going into the centre green, he took Rob Wilson with him. So a terrific win for Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson as the checkered flag is made ready. They'll be pleased with this one, I'm sure, as they come to the line. The checkered flag goes, and it is number 5, Matt Fumarola, that gets the win. Gary Jackson in second, James Rogers in third, John Stafford in fourth, and disappointing to see Rob Wilson back in 5th place. So, race 13, the first of the second rides for the sidecars, and from the very top, number 4, James Rogers and Damien James get 3 points. Number 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson, maximum 5 points. Number 23, Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams, 4 points. Number 24, Rob Wilson and Ian Well, 1 point. Number 87, Rob Bradley and Jason Gill, no score. Number 90, no ride there for Mick Day and Tom Mowbray. And their replacement, number 81, John Stafford and Paddy Monk, take 2 points. And number 7, Paul Johnson and Tony Miles come out for the second time. Paul Bickley, Paul Silvera, looking to get some points on the scoreboard. Number 25, Tony Penfold and Tony Heath. Number 48, Rob Winterburn and Tristan Winterburn. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones. They had a win first time, so watch for them. They're on grid 2. Number 99, Trevor Colvin and Terry Saunders. So watch for gate 2. First time out, he's made made a tremendous start as he goes into that first turn. And Paul Whitelam it is that leads comfortably coming out of that first turn. Oh, it's all changed as they go into that bottom turn. Oh, change indeed for second and third place. Rob and T.Winterburn coming through. It was that was in second place. As they disappear into the dust clouds, we'll see them come out on the far side. Paul Johnson is indeed sitting there in third place. He gets very, very close, looking for second, and he does come through in the second place. No, Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones have got away. T.Winterburn is sticking to the outside of Paul Johnson's outfit, and as they've drifted wide, you can see they've left a gap for Paul Whitelam to come through. Well, a great scrap going on for that third place. I said Paul Whitelam, there should be Paul Bickley, of course, that's battling for that third place, because right out in front, number 92, Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones looking to make it 2 out of 2. The only rider that can stop them now is Paul Johnson in second place. Well, he's had some very quick lines down that back straight and into this last turn. He could possibly do it. But I think it's asking too much as he comes round that turn. You can see that Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones have got it. They make it 2 out of 2. Number 7, Paul Johnson and Tony Miles, they get 4 points. Number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera, 3 points. Number 25, Tony Penfold and Tony Heath, no score. Number 48, Rob Winterburn and T.Winterburn, 2 points. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones, the first to do 2 out of 2, maximum 5 points for them. Number 99, Trevor Colvin and Terry Saunders, 1 point. So that completes all the points scored in race 14 in a winning time of 131.94, 131.94, 56.3. I've just been informed from the pit crew that there will be watering after race 17. So I can only apologise for the conditions, the sun beating down as hard as it is. I don't want to say that I'm disappointed to see the sun, because we're always pleased to see these sort of conditions. But the difficulty always is that if you put too much water down, then it becomes an absolute skid pan for the sidecars, and they don't get any drive at all. It becomes very, very dangerous. So it is a difficult game to play. So I can only apologise on behalf of everybody in the organisation of today that the conditions are such as they are. But we now move to race 15, and we see out for the second time Miles Simmons, John Halsey, Rick McCauley, Clive Stoneman and Wayne Westaway. Wayne Westaway had a good start. Well, it's all bumping and boring as they go into that first turn, and I think that is Wayne Westaway that's got away. There's all sorts of problems at the back of the field. I'm not sure whether that's going to be stopped or whether they can get the outfit off the circuit. Quickly see rider and passenger up on their feet. And well, there is a red flag indeed in the interest of safety. I'm sure the biggest disappointment of all will be for Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney. Well, they've got to try and do it all again. I can pick up now that it was number 9, Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan, that had pushed on that first turn to try and get themselves back in front. Really repeat that tremendous start he had. I'm sure the rest of the riders were wanting to make sure he doesn't. Well, I can see our starters looking around, but there should only be 5. That does leave a little bit of a gap between Wayne Westaway and Miles Simmons. Much better start this time. Miles Simmons has gone with him as well. Those two together as they go into that first turn. Wayne Westaway back in third place this time. Rick McCauley on the inside of him though. Rick McCauley does come through. Down the back straight we go then. John Halsey and Jason Glenie, I feel sure, will know that they need a win in this second ride. It's only 3-point scoring rides. They had a second first time out. Miles Simmons wanted to change things. Miles Simmons did have a second first time out as well. So an important ride for both these crews, as they're battling together as they go round that top bend and down the back straight. John Halsey and Jason Glenie know that they've got company close to them. Into the bottom turn they go. Miles Simmons looks to follow him round. Can he get a tighter line? He's looking for a gap on the inside and he's found it. John Halsey slid out, as you can see. It happened so many times from that bottom turn. Well, there was a big gap opened up, and Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan said thank you very much. Now John Halsey's got to try and come back at him. Can he kid him into overdoing it going into that bottom turn? He goes in wide, tries to make him keep the speed on. He'll then lock it up and try and get through on the inside. That's what he's done, and he's done it exactly 100%. No! Miles Simmons just about closes the gap on it. So what a fascinating last turn this is going to be, because Miles Simmons knows where he's going to come from. Can John Halsey get closer to him as they go into the bend this time? Well, he's pushing hard and fast. He drives in hard. This is where you'll see him try and lock it up. He'll be wanting Miles Simmons to drift out, but he's not going to do it. Miles Simmons takes the win. Well, he knows that was a good win. Well, that certainly keeps him in the hunt. As we start from outfit number 9, Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan, a first time out. They've now made it a win, so maximum 5 points. John Halsey and Jason Glenie, number 13, 4 points. A little bit further down the page, number 51, Rick McCauley and Phil Stoneman, 3 points. No score for number 57, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield. No score for 111, Roger Wynne. Number 118, Wayne Westerway and Mark Courtney get 1 point. The only remaining points are for 514, Ryan Partridge and Gavin Partridge, 2 points. Their winning time was 132.76, 132.76, 55.88. On to race 16, they get underway. Richard Thomas is leaped out of the start. He drops in front of Ivor Matthews, and he's got himself to the front. Dave Steers on the outside, Ivor Matthews on the inside. 4 outfits almost together coming out of that bend, and Dave Steers putting Richard Thomas under pressure. So Dave Steer gets himself to the front, but Richard Thomas has seen a gap. Well, Ivor Matthews has gone very wide, and Dave Steers back in the charge again. Amos is in there as well, I can see, and it really is frantic as they're chopping and changing all the time. As they come round that pit bend for the second time, Dave Steers got the lead, but look at Ivor Matthews round the outside. Ivor Matthews goes round the outside and Richard Thomas comes up the inside. Those two now together as they go into that bottom turn, and Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley look to be making the better of it. Ivor Matthews has been forced to go wide. Ivor, I think, has just got the lead as he goes into that pit bend. But is he too wide? Can Richard Thomas get underneath him? Well, he'll be looking to get the drive on quickly going down the back straight, but Ivor Matthews looks as if he's got it under control. He'll try and get it back in tight as he goes into that bottom turn. Dave Steer under pressure for that third place from Ian Lee Amos. But as there's one more lap to go, Richard Thomas is still close enough to make a challenge. Well, he drops into a gap that Ivor Matthews again has left on the inside. Ivor looks to be wanting to stay out just on the dirt line. It must be where he's getting the drive from, and Dave Steer's hit problems. Dave Steer pulls off with problems. Simon puts his hand in the air as they go down that back straight. I think it's a back wheel puncher, but as we see the checkered flag go, it's a win for Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley are certainly letting us know they're back. And indeed, maximum spoils go to outfit number 15, that's Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. They take the 5 points, making it 2 out of 2 maximum points. Number 17, Dave Steer and Simon Beaney, unfortunately no score for them. A bit further down, number 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley, what a great battle from them, and second place they ended up with, 4 points once again. 62, Mick Turrell and Tony Baseby, 2 points. A bit further down, 121 is Steve Smith and Dave Williams, 1 point. 183, Ian Lee Amos and Paul Phillips, 3 points. The winning time was 133.13. 55.56 I should say, 55.56 they average, 133.13. So at the moment nobody getting close to Duncan Tolhurst's time of 130.56 that he got in race 6. But he goes in this one. Now let's see who he's up against, because we've got number 74 Duncan Tolhurst and Nicky Owen in grid 3. Next to them, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates, who also had a win first time out. 21 is Simon Wall and Gareth Bemister. 18, Gary Parmiter and Craig Parmiter. And John Hiscock and Nick Walters, Lewis Cook and Rob Hargreaves. Well, and as we've looked across the line, there's no Gary Palmer there. So 5 out Matt Tyrrell has made the best of the start. Duncan Tolhurst follows him into that first turn. But it is Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates almost putting it all the way round, but they rescued him. John Hiscock has shot through. Certainly an error from Matt Tyrrell, as you can now see that Duncan Tolhurst has got through on the inside of them as well, going into that bottom turn. So John Hiscock with Simon Wall in second place. Duncan Tolhurst moves into second though, as he found a gap on the inside of Simon. And Duncan Tolhurst has got a very good line on that pit turn. Simon Wall tries to stay in contention, drives hard coming out of that top turn. But John Hiscock and Nick Walters with a disappointing ride first time out. They've gone very wide on this bottom bend, and Simon Wall has seen a gap. Simon Wall gets through into second place, chopping and changing all the time. Duncan Tolhurst has hit problems as he's gone flying in the inside of the circuit. Simon Wall tries to come back at him, and he's found a gap. Well, we can see that we've got a fallen rider at the back of the field. That's Lewis Cook. Quickly again, I can see driver and passenger are up on their feet. Well, I can see that there was a red flag out. The last lap flag was being prepared, but I think that they were already slowing down on that bottom turn, so I'm pretty sure that the clerk of the course is to demand a rerun. So taking up their original start positions as John Hiscock is asked by the starter to get closer to the tapes. Up go the tapes in the green. They get underway. Have they made the better start? Well, I thought they had going into that first turn, but it is Matt Tyrrell that's just about got a tyres lead as they go round that first turn. He's lost that though, as everybody goes past him going down that back straight. John Hiscock has got the lead, but Duncan Tolhurst went flying down that back straight. Simon Wall, I think, with an excellent piece of riding and letting him go. He knows he's come back to him underneath that turn. And those three outfits together for that second place at the moment. Well, it was a terrific ride from Simon Wall, but Duncan Tolhurst is fighting back again. He's got the edge going down that back straight. He really does seem to get the drive on very quickly coming out of that pit bend. John Hiscock has gone very, very wide. I don't know whether he's just tempting the outfits to have a go at him on that turn, because there has been a lot of changes on that bottom turn. Again, John Hiscock has gone wide coming out of that pit bend. Duncan Tolhurst trying to get the speed down the back straight. You don't want to overdo it, Russ, you'll just slide out. And John again has gone very, very wide. He's left a big, big gap on the inside. It's letting him know that you can't do that, John. He's coming through on the inside. All the hand movements going on to let John know he's got to keep it tighter. So this could be an interesting last turn, because Duncan Tolhurst is a lot closer. Simon Wall is looking for the outside line. He knows that if they get tangled up with each other, it could be his race, but that's a great last turn from John Hiscock. Well, some brilliant riding from John Hiscock and Nick Walters. They weren't going to leave the gaps that time. Duncan suspected they would. The gap didn't appear, and John Hiscock gets the win. As we go down the points chart, number 18, Gary Palmer and Craig Palmer, that we didn't see, so no score. Number 21, Simon Wall and Gareth Bemister, 3 points. Number 69, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates, 2 points. Number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Nick Owen, 4 points. Right down the bottom there, number 184, maximum points to John Hiscock and Nick Walters. 5 points it is for 184 and 748, no score. The winning time was 132.74, 132.74, 55.89 the average speed. Frington, Pete Knowles, Tim Nobes, Shane Colvin, Lee Bartlett, and the more interesting one is perhaps he's out again, once again, Lewis Denham. Once again, of course, number 1, 2, 3, Thomas Cooper joins them as well. Lewis Denham has got that very inside line. Number 1, it says number 2, it has got the eyeballs in the right place. That's number 3, 2. For the moment, avoiding Andrew Appleton. The other heat winner. start. Jannick it is that goes into the lead with Lewis Denham chasing after him as he goes into that first turn. I think that's Thomas Cooper that's up there in third place. But as they break going down the back straight, Jannick de Jong has made a fantastic start. And Lewis Denham has got a lot of work to do to try and stay with him. They're beating their way around the circle at the moment. Lewis Denham second place. That is Thomas Cooper in third spot at the moment, going well in that spot. And Lewis Denham's hit problems. Lewis Denham hits problems, he falls out on the far side, so Thomas Cooper gets elevated up into second place, and it means the gap between first and second is even bigger now. Jannick de Jong, a fantastic young Dutch rider, right from big things from. It's great to see him going so well, first time over here at the Tunbridge circuit. Well, just one more lap to go in this his second ride. Does look a classy rider. There's a good battle going on for this second place. Hogan is on the leading on Thomas Cooper to go into the last lap. So Tim Nobes in fourth place. The flag goes for Jannick de Jong. His first visit here to Tunbridge. He gets to win in his second ride. James Colvin is in the last minute. Thomas Cooper in third, and number 12, Tim Nobes. And as we go from the very top, number 1, Jannick de Jong gets 7 points and the maximum. Number 5, Matt Etherington, 1 point. Number 9, Peter Knowles, 2 points. Number 12, Tim Nobes, 4 points. Number 42, Shane Colvin, 6 points. Number 65, Lee Bartlett, 3 points. Number 81, Lewis Denham, unfortunately no score in his second ride. Number 153, Thomas Cooper, 5 points. The winning time, 124.44, 124.44. It was 61.39 the average. Thank you for getting the information to me. Kelvin Tatum and Matt Reid have qualified. Glenn Phillips has gone through as first reserve. Jason Bunyan and Jeremy Doncaster unfortunately haven't qualified. And as they get into that first turn, I can see that Craig Smith is in there in second place. But flying around the outside, I'm trying to work out who that is. It looks like Martin Sturgeon it is. In fact, I can see as they go into that pit turn, well, he had a win first time out. Going very, very hard. In third at the moment. Nathan Irwin in a battle of his own, but look at the battle at the front. Steve Braidford trying to go around the outside of Martin Sturgeon. Steve Braidford does go around the outside of Martin Sturgeon and he gets himself into the lead. Now, can he get maximum points? Of course, he didn't score in his first ride. He had a wonderful break. Martin Sturgeon didn't score and he got maximum points in his first ride. Braidford does look very much in control now. He's starting to pull away from Martin Sturgeon. Down that back straight. We'll just hope he doesn't overdo it as he comes into this pit bend. Interesting to see what sort of things he had to work for the last lap in the end stage. So into the last lap, Nathan Irwin is fourth. And as they make the checkered flag ready, Steve Braidford to get maximum points now. What will he be able to do with just 2 point scoring right? Will it be enough to get him into the final? And let's start from the very top. Number 2, Craig Smith, scored 2 points. No score for number 7, Gareth Hicknott. Number 10, Dave Rumsey, 5 points. Number 15, Martin Sturgeon, 6 points. Number 51, Russell Smedley, 1 point. Number 71, Jamie Rogers, 4 points. Number 83, Nathan Irwin, 3 points. But maximum points for number 215, Steve Braidford. So Steve Braidford gets maximum 7 points in a winning time of 125.17. 125.17, 66.86. Appleton can do it again. He's made a fantastic start and he's got himself into the lead. As we saw before, it's Paul Cooper that has to chase after him, but Andrew Appleton really does look to be on form. Down the back straight he goes, very much in control. Pleased, I'm sure, with the story of the regular week of sponsorship for him for this season. Away a little bit from the rest of the field. We're going to watch with interest to see what sort of time Andrew Appleton puts up, because he really does look to be very much in control this afternoon. Cooper tries to stay with him. You look at this battle for third place. John Johnson in third. Pugh is the rider that's trying to stop John from getting that third place. He goes around the outside of him and he goes down the back straight into third place. One more to go then for Andrew Appleton, making 2 out of 2. And I'm watching with interest that battle for third place with John Cox who's taking a tight inside line. Simon Lulu right on the outside, Westman got that third place. All the way over here from his home in Guernsey. It's terrific to see him make the journey here to Tunbridge. But Andrew Appleton takes the win, that makes it 2 out of 2 for him. Paul Cooper in second place. So, race 20 in your programme then. We stay with the Battle of Britain under 23 solo event. And we start with maximum points going to rider number 4, Andrew Appleton. He makes it 2 out of 2. 7 points scored, moving you on to a total from 2 rides of 14 points. Yep, even I did work that one out. Right, number 8, Bradley Kite, 3 points. Number 11, Paul Cooper, 6 points. Number 39, Ben Wells, 2 points. Number 60, Simon Kuhu, 5 points. Number 73, Danny Stanton, no score. Number 150, Bevan Gilbert Jarrett, 1 point. Number 611, John Cox, 4 points. The reserve, Daniel Berwick, number 68, no score. The winning time, 123.12, 123.12, 62.36. So I hope you've all moved to page 7 in your programme, race 21, where we see Clive Willis out for the 3rd time. So once he's completed this ride, he's just got to sit back and watch race 32 to see how it affects him points-wise. As he's on 7 points from 2 rides at the moment. Lester Goodwin and Tony Martin in the same position as well. They're on 7 points, and this is their last ride in the qualifying. Away, and Lester Goodwin has in fact missed the gate. I think that's Wayne Reed that's got away as they go round that first turn, and there was a lot of riders going very slowly around that first turn, but the front 3 have certainly got away, and they close up in this pit bend. Indeed, I can confirm it. Wayne Reed and Clive Preston, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe in second at the moment, under pressure from Clive Willis and Richard Webb. And Clive Willis looks to be going through on the outside as they come out of that top bend. Down the back straight they go. There's all sorts of mechanical problems for the other outfits. You see that Steve Kensington has pulled off into the centre green. Lester Goodwin's got problems. So as Clive Willis looks to have got that 2nd place now. Is he going after Wayne Reed as well? He's looking for maximum points. Oh, Wayne Reed put it sideways coming out of the bend. He lost the drive. And Clive Willis has stayed on a wider line and he's got himself into the lead. But it's very, very tight at the moment. 1 more lap to go and Wayne Reed has got the very fast inside line. Clive Willis and Richard Webb right on the outside. That's where they decide to stay. They're trying to keep the speed on. And it looks to have worked to their advantage as they go down the back straight and into this bottom turn. Now, will they hold it tight this time? I think they have. They've decided to come in. They don't want to risk staying out on the outside. And as they come to the checkered flag, Clive Willis gets the win. Wayne Reed in second. And I'm not so sure whether we've got problems for Tony Stark and for Mike Reed. Number 1, Clive Willis and Richard Webb get maximum 5 points. Number 3, Lester Goodwin and Tony Martin, no score. Number 23, Tony Stark and Pete Bell, 2 points. Number 56, Wayne Reed and Clive Preston, 4 points. Number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe, 3 points. Number 69, Steve Kensington and James Benfield, no score. The winning time, 137.84, 137.84, 52.98 they averaged. So, race 22 then, we're back with the quads, and indeed both of our first leg winners go out together in this one. So, who's going to get the best of it? Oh, they're all together as they go into that first turn. I think it's Joe Harmon that's got the best of the starts as they go round that first turn. Well, Adrian Smith in second place at the moment, so he's got some work to do. He said that the rest of them might well have helped it, or quads as competitive as his. And it is Rob Brahone. Well, in fact, I said it was Joe Harmon, but it's Rob Brahone, number 3. I can now confirm that had a second first time out. He's got the better of Adrian Smith at the moment as they go down that back straight. So, Joe Harmon, who had a win first time out, back in 4th, possibly 5th place at the moment. But Rob Brahone won't mind. He's leading from Adrian Smith. Paul Jackson that's in 3rd place. As they sort themselves out round that top bend into the pit bend. It is number 3, Rob Brahone, that Adrian Smith in that bend. Paul Jackson in 3rd, number 7, Darren Drabble. And as they go into that pit bend, this is a comfortable lead that Rob Brahone has built himself up, and he's going to take maximum points. Adrian Smith gets 2nd. Paul Jackson in 3rd. And number 7, Darren Drabble in 4th. Number 1, Adrian Smith, 4 points for the 2nd place. Number 3, Rob Brahone, 5 points. Number 5, Joe Harmon, 1 point. Number 7, Darren Drabble, 2 points. Number 9, Paul Jackson, 3 points. Number 11, Adam Grimes, no score. The winning time, 132.99, 132.99, 55.74 it is. So we see the remainder of the quad riders out for their second ride. And, look at that second place for Ray Sayers. He's probably the strongest candidate going in this one. So they get underway. Oh, it's Steve Ellis that's made the best of the first turn. He pulls it in tight as he goes down that back straight. The rest of the quads chase after him, and it looks to be a change going into that pit bend. And it is Steve Ellis that leads on quad number 4. Number 8, Lee Hazelwood, I'd missed as well. He's up there in second place. As they split going down that back straight for the second time. Lee Hazelwood pushing hard as he's gone in slightly wider into that pit bend. Steve Ellis knows that Lee Hazelwood is there. Andy Hickman is in 3rd place and having a real battle for that 3rd at the moment, but my eyes are split to watch that battle for Lee to try and get in front of Steve Ellis. You'll watch that he goes in on a slightly wider line. He's looking for the quicker line around the outside. But then Steve moves out on the exit of the bend, so he shuts the door effectively. Andy Heatman under pressure from Ray Sayers. And Ray Sayers has taken a much tighter line. Now, Lee Hazelwood attacks going out of that top bend. The gap disappears as they go down the back straight. He's got the speed on, he's staying out wide. Can he get the edge as he goes round the outside of him on that pit turn? It's going to be close to the checkered flag, but he's done enough. So Steve Ellis gets maximum 5 points. Race 23 in your programme it was. You should be looking at page 9, and we start with number 2, Andy Heatman, 3 points scored. Number 4, Steve Ellis, maximum 5 points. Number 6, Ray Sayers, 2 points. Number 8, Lee Hazelwood, 4 points. Number 10, Dominic Durkin, 1 point. Number 12, Sid Hines, no score. And the winning time, 136.31. 136.31, 53.82. On 9 points, Miles Simmons, Duncan Tolhurst and Gary Jackson. So, number 9, Miles Simmons goes in race 25. Number 74, Duncan Tolhurst is race 25 as well. So, they're all going to be taking points off each other. It is all very, very tight. So this time we get them away clean in. It's Paul Johnson has made the best of the start. He's got Matt Fumarola in there with him as they go into that first turn. And Richard Thomas following those through, and there's all sorts of problems, as indeed Paul Johnson has put it sideways. He's taken Matt Fumarola outward as well, and Matt Fumarola won't be happy with that. The clerk of the course has put the red flag up. Well, I'm sure the other 3 riders will be quite amazed about that. So for the 3rd time the gates go, and Paul Johnson this time has missed the start, so he's got 4 outs in front of him as he goes into that first turn. Matt Fumarola has made the best of it this time, and Matt comes out of that first turn. They're all taking it very cautiously, I think, as they go down that back straight. And at the moment Richard Thomas back in 3rd place, looking to try and make up to 2nd at least, as Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson, who had a win 2nd time out. Richard Thomas getting closer to Mick Turrell as he moves for that 2nd place. And will he swap lines again? You can see Mick Turrell takes a long time to get the speed back on. And Richard Thomas again has to look to go around the outside. Mick Turrell holding a very, very tight line. And Richard Thomas coming under pressure from James Rogers. There's problems for Paul Johnson because he's going very slowly around the circuit. Tony telling him to stay in tight. They've got the rest of the pack coming round. 1 more lap to go for Matt Fumarola. Still Mick Turrell sitting there in 2nd place. Richard Thomas trying to find a way through. James Rogers still on the outside of Richard Thomas. And Richard Thomas drives quickly down that back straight. Well, I think he knows from the point scoring that he really could do with 2nd place here. But it doesn't look as if it's going to be. It's a good ride from Mick Turrell to get that 2nd place. Matt Fumarola, they'll be pleased that he's had another win. Let's give you the points at this finishing line. It was for number 4, James Rogers and Damien Janes, 2 points. Number 5, Matt Fumarola and Andy Wilson, 5 points. Number 7, Paul Johnson and Tony Miles, no score. Number 57, Clive Stone and Rowan Broomfield, no score. 60, Richard Thomas and Kevin Woodley, 3 points. 62, Mick Turrell and Tony Baseby, 4 points. The winning time, 134.10, 134.10, 55.09, the average speed. So here we go then with race 25 as we got them on the line, and straight into the lead goes John Halsey and Jason Glenie. They've got the pack close to them though as they come out of that first turn. Oh, number 74 Duncan Tolhurst and Nick Owen, of course they've got the fastest time from race 6. And they sit in second place. Miles Simmons in third. They all know it's tight. They all know they need maximum points. And Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates, who had a win first time out, they're sitting watching what's going on in front of them. This really is a top class field in race 25. As they go down the back straight, John Halsey and Jason Glenie still leading. Miles Simmons has got himself through into that third place now as Duncan Tolhurst has tried to pull away a little bit. In fact, he made a mistake. It was Paul Bickley that had got through. So Paul Bickley taking points off Miles Simmons as he's got into third place. But John Halsey and Jason Glenie know that maximum points is what they need. They're on 8 points, so they need the 5 points from this one to have a chance of getting into that Big A final. As they come round off that bottom turn, there's one more lap to go. Paul Bickley, who had problems in practice this morning, looks to be getting quicker as the afternoon goes on. He's closing right up on Duncan Tolhurst in that second place. Down the back straight they go, and that's where the gap is between third and fourth. But Paul Bickley's certainly going to have a go at Duncan Tolhurst in this last turn. It'll be the checkered flag for them this time as they come round. John Halsey and Jason Glenie get the win. Duncan gets the second place. Number 8, Paul Bickley and Paul Silvera, a much better ride for them. They get 3 points. Number 9, Miles Simmons and Dave Hogan, 1 point. Number 13, John Halsey and Jason Glenie, 5 points. Number 69, Matt Tyrrell and Sean Yates, no score. Number 74, Duncan Tolhurst and Nick Owen, 4 points. Number 87, Rob Bradley and Jason Gill, 2 points. The winning time, 1:33.02, 1:33.02, 55.72. So as we look to the line for race 26 in your programme, all eyes I'm sure will be on outfit number 15. That's Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. They're on maximum points from 2 rides, but they're up against Paul Whitelam on the inside of them, and Paul Whitelam's made the best of the starts. Oh, Paul Whitelam was the other crew that are on maximum points, so they could take points off each other. I'm sure they know that, and the two are together as they go down the back straight. Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace get to the front as they go into that bottom turn. Paul Whitelam stays with him though, and Paul Whitelam's perhaps got the better line. Paul Whitelam comes through on the inside, but Ivor Matthews has still got the speed on. Ivor it is that stays in front as they go into the pit bend for the second time. And as the battle goes on for third place, my eyes at the moment on these top 2 point scorers. Neither of them have been beaten in their first 2 rides. Dave Steers now getting in on the action as well as he closes up on Paul Whitelam. Oh, we see Ivor Matthews again going wide, but he's still got the speed on. Trevor Colvin it is in that third place at the moment, battling with the outfit of Dave Steer. Dave Steer now got third. I really do think he's going to have a go for second place as they come round that bottom turn. It'll be the last lap for them. Ivor Matthews again has gone incredibly wide. The rest of the outfit must be feeling slightly frustrated. How can he leave that much gap on the inside, and yet he's still got the lead? Well, he stayed right out on the loose on the outside. Both Ivor and Mick Stace working extremely hard. Dave Steers going for that second place. He's gone in wide into that bottom turn. He's going to have to work the hard way round if he's going to do it. He's been forced to go wide, but Dave Steer has done it. Dave Steer gets through into second place. Terrific last turn. He could see that Ivor Matthews was going quickly round the outside, so he was forced to go out there, picked up the speed, and he got himself into second. It was race 26 in your programme. We start from the top, number 15, Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. They get the maximum points from a win, 5 points. 3 rides and 3 wins for Ivor Matthews and Mick Stace. In second place, and on 4 points, number 17, Dave Steer and Simon Beaney, 4 points to them. 18, Gary Palmer and Craig Palmer, no score. A little bit further down, number 90, Mick Day and Tom Mowbray pulled out earlier on, no score. Number 92, Paul Whitelam and Kevin Jones, 3 points. Number 99, Trevor Colvin and Terry Saunders, 2 points. Right at the bottom of the page, number 81, John Stafford and passenger Paddy Monk, 1 point. The winning time, 1:33.36, 1:33.36, 55.52. So we now know that Ivor Matthews and Paul Whitelam have moved on to 15 points and 13 points respectively. Duncan Tolhurst on 13 points, John Halsey on 13 points. It's all getting very, very tight. We see in this one, Gary Jackson goes. He's up against Simon Wall and Rob Wilson, joined by Wayne Westaway, Steve Smith.
Put your hands up, put your hands up, yeah. Put your hands up.
And the reserve coming in to take the place of Roger Wynne. That is 514 Ryan Partridge. They get underway. Gary Jackson has made a good start. Rob Wilson equally has made a very good start on the inside, but it's Wayne Westaway that's got the best of all. He was right on the inside and he's out in front as they come round that pit turn for the first time. Rob Wilson on the outside of him as he goes down that back straight, and Rob has been forced to stay wide as Wayne holds it tight. Now will we see a change, or is Rob Wilson going to take the line that Ivor Matthews took in the last race? Well, he stayed out there. Gary Jackson is in third place at the moment. I'm not sure whether that's going to be good enough for Gary Jackson. He's on 9 points coming into this last ride. Indeed, it was Gary that I was talking to this morning when we were doing the video that he said really wins and seconds are only going to be the order of the day. And Wayne Westaway has pulled it out of the ride this time. He's really staying out there in the lead as he's threatened to do earlier on this afternoon. He's made another very good start and he stayed there. Rob Wilson and Ian Well in much, much more respectable form now. They really look to be getting this Suzuki sorted out now. Problems for Ryan Partridge and Gavin Partridge as they pull off. But can Rob Wilson catch Wayne Westaway? Wayne and Mark Courtney certainly holds in very good lines, and they do look to be getting maximum points from this one. Rob Wilson has comfortably got that second place. Means that Gary Jackson will only score 3 points for that third place. And the checker flag will go. That's how it's going to finish. It was number 21 Simon Wall and Gareth Bemister, 2 points. Number 23 Gary Jackson and Kevin Williams, 3 points. Number 24 Rob Wilson and Ian Well, 4 points. Right down the bottom of the page there we go to number 111, no score. 118 Wayne Westaway and Mark Courtney, maximum 5 points. Steve Smith and Dave Williams, 121, no score. The winning time 133.05, 55.71. 133.05, 55 points.